I need to share this experience I had at work the other night. The shift starts at 9 p.m. and it ends at 2:30 in the morning. Honestly, it's the easiest job I've ever had, and I really enjoyed it for the past year. But last Sunday I was pulling up the purchasing program on the computer at the front counter to add some products that we had run out of. While I was on the computer, I didn't notice the man walk right up to me. When I did look up, I almost fainted because of how close he was, and on top of that, the guy didn't say anything after I did notice him. He gave me this psychotic little grin, and I asked him if he needed help finding something. He shook his head no, and then asked me if anyone else was working right then. This was an immediate red flag, and I lied and said yes, there's a manager and 3 others somewhere around. Then his smile grew, and he said, "Liar," almost to where I couldn't even hear it. Then the awkward silence. He stood there like a psycho, and I eventually had to just look away and tell him I needed to get back to work. I literally couldn't look at him anymore. I was shaking. He was so creepy. When I looked back up again, he was gone. I looked around the store from where I was standing but didn't see him down any of the aisles. I walked out from behind the counter and looked to see if he was crouched down in front of it. No, he was gone. I felt relieved, but also terrified because I knew that he had to have walked out of the store very fast in that amount of time to just vanish like that. I was probably looking away for 10 seconds or less. I was a bit shaken up for an hour or so, but I forgot about it after a while. At 1:45, I started to clean up and get ready to close the store. I finalized the inventory, counted the money, and wiped down the windows and counters. When everything was done, I grabbed my drink, my keys, and my phone and walked over to the door to shut off the lights and lock up. I flipped off the lights and leaned down to unlock the sliding lock on the bottom of the door. When I stood back up, and while turning to go out the door, my eyes scanned over what I thought was a head peering over at me from one of the aisles. I stopped and froze in place, and then slowly looked back over to where I saw it. There was nothing. I wasn't sure that I saw what I thought I did, but I was scared. Then, while I was thinking of my next move, my train of thought was shattered by the man as he crawled out of the aisle on his hands and knees. He knew I could see him, because he started hysterically laughing. I went out the door and violently dialed 911 in the parking lot. I didn't see the man come out, and I circled the block until the police arrived. The man wasn't in the store when they went inside, but they did find his clothes in the aisle he crawled out of.